Luke Humphries to throw
back
first.
about 10 years or so ago, maybe even further. Let's go 12. You look at Luke Woodhouse and you say, here's a player that's going to go and get himself into the top 32 quite comfortably. Took him a while to sort of come through, but we feel like now he's starting to do so. Starting to get more regular, isn't he, in regards to the consistent performances on the big stage and on the TV. And he is going to be a handful here for Luke Humphries.
Yeah, certainly is. We mentioned that meeting at the Masters. Luke Woodhouse in the end averaged just under 103 for a vast majority of that. It was above 108. And it took Humphries averaging 105 to beat him in a last set decider.
60.
I think the beauty about Luke Woodhouse, and look, he's not a young man. Well, he's not as young as some of them on the tour, but it's been a steady ascent. He's got no big chunks of money falling off anywhere, so he is where he is on merit, and he's got the added advantage. If he does have a good run somewhere, he's going to shoot up the rankings.
And you don't have that fear factor of looking over your shoulder like the likes of Dimitri Vandenberg may be doing over the next month or so when the UK Open comes around. Just having to readdress the position there.
74.
Close to the wire for Luke Humphries, and he's left it a little bit tricky now. Should he return?
Well, didn't get greedy. Bullseye. Well, unlucky. He didn't go chasing the treble. He knew he'd leave him a shot at the bull if he hit the single. Humphries double 7.
Game
no
shot.
messing about. What a start to the match.
Just watching Luke Humphries there, I think that's something we do see from him quite a bit in the Players' Championship events, where he almost just enjoys the battle, enjoys the games. We know he plays for some very, very serious money. Currently the world number 2. So being here is by no means a financial decision for Luke Humphries. He's here for the thrill of the battle, and you can see he really does enjoy that side of it.
Yeah, well, it's probably a good job he enjoys the thrill of the battle, because he makes it through this one. Karel Sedlacek or Stephen Bunting. Also in this particular part of the draw, Neil Zonneveld, Josh Rock, and Joe Cullen and Damon Heta. So you'd have to say it's a pretty stacked part of the draw.
171. 95.
That's enough to get himself down. Makes Luke Woodhouse have to entertain the idea of the bullseye route. Bullseye it is.
107.
Bullseye it isn't.
Yeah, that's 2 goes he's had at the bull. Well, Luke Humphries is not going to get a go at the bull. Just the wrong side of the wire.
80.
So Woodhouse to level up then. 25 needed. Oh, just about the single. And he had the double to go with it. No, he can't. Busts his score. That is disappointment for Woodhouse.
Same as last time. Dart right on the wire. This time finds a way past it. And that first breaker throw in favour of Luke Humphries.
Well, he's had a couple of tight battles, Luke Woodhouse, with Jeffrey Sparadan's 6-4, Stephen Burton's 6-5. He's been behind in both of those. But you can't afford to give Luke Humphries a big start, that is for sure.
Man on a mission, isn't he, Luke Humphries? He said at the back end of last year that he may not play any of the Players' Championship events. And I think what we can read into this, if we was to read between the lines of what's going on with Luke Humphries right now, is I think he's trying to get his place confirmed for Minard at the end of the year. Then he'll have the time off.
Yeah. If he can have a couple of good runs, and let's be fair, this is pretty local to him as he looks to add a second maximum of the leg. Well, he's not hanging around here, that is for sure. But as you said, if he can get some points on the board, so to speak, then he can pick and choose then, can't he? Because there's been the last couple of years, players like Luke have been scrabbling around at the end trying to get into the Players' Championship finals.
Well, there was 3 of them last year, wasn't there? The big names scratching for points at the end of the season.
12.
Scratching for doubles here. Luke Humphries chasing it around, unable to convert. But it's that combination again here for Luke Woodhouse, where he may getting a dart at the ball. Bullseye found with the opener. Tried to stay there, tried to put a one
92.
alongside, but his opportunities at the moment are quite stretched and limited.
Yeah.
Game shot.
And it is 3-0. Well, Humphries has been hitting doubles. Woodhouse has been looking at the bullseye, and it's not quite gone his way. Tell you what, he couldn't have placed that first dart in the ball any better, could he? But he couldn't add a second one to go with it.
140. $140. $140. $134.
How do you like your 2 treble visits?
$140.
Keep going as well. A hat-trick of 140s here for Luke Woodhouse. Quality. Serving it up here to Humphries, who
125.
keeps responding.
Yeah, this is high-level stuff. Well, that's not a bad miss, actually. Still going to get a go at tops here. Oh, just click the top of the flight. This 102 could be a huge visit. Well, look at that. The 102 after Woodhouse again misses. 4-0 it is here. Well, Woodhouse has got a smile on his face. There's no surprise here that Humphries is doing this to him. But look at the averages and look at the score, and this has been a blistering start.
It's just a smile across the face, isn't it, for Luke Woodhouse? He knows he's playing well, he knows he's doing his job, but just not really getting opportunities
93.
there. A hat-trick of 140s. He only had 1 dart at the double. Sometimes you come out of games like this and you go, well, I haven't really done much wrong here. I've just ran into one and got myself a nice front row seat to it.
Yeah. I always wonder what the conversation is like as he fires in another maximum to boost his average yet further. You get asked when you leave, oh, did you get on to... Well, average 111, lost the first 4 legs. It's a tough old school, isn't it?
$119.
Sticking to the task. Digging in, hoping for a chance.
118.
Well, he's got a chance. Once again. Over 100 required. Treble 19.
57.
Well, I think if that double 10 had gone in, he may as well have packed his stuff up and gone home. Double 5 now needed, and double 5 is hit right in the middle, and it is 5 legs to 0. Well, this is a devastating start to the game from Luke Humphries. Look at that, 112 plays there, 111 and a half. He's missed 5 darts at a double, Luke Woodhouse, and that is the difference.
140. 134. 134.
Well, there's a genuine possibility here. Luke Woodhouse could lose this game 6-0, averaging 111.
There should be a law against
44.
it. Just unfair. You don't imagine Humphries is going to show any mercy here.
60.
Well, only 60.
And the trick is just to not get bitter, because you can do sometimes. I've seen many players over the years, when they have these performances and lose, the first thing they do is go and look at the averages
60.
of some of the winning players. And they go, he's got through with a 90, he's got through with an 80.
Yeah, like you said, you can't beat yourself up. I mean, you're playing the second best player on the planet, and he is playing out of the world darts. And Luke Humphries
60.
here for a brutal performance is looking at 218s. Wow, Luke Woodhouse, as he opened the door, as he had the door open for him, Luke Humphries missing.
I think Woodhouse was as surprised as always there. Not going to get himself a dart at the tops there.
60.
Humphries to get the job done this time.
Well,
10.
neither of them can believe it here. We've had Luke Humphries has barely missed. He's just missed 6 darts in a row. And Woodhouse to still look at Humphries. He's furious.
Game
He's
shot.
even more angry now.
For Woodhouse, he's probably thinking, why now? Why start missing when the game's already sort of gone?
134.
I think for Luke Humphries there, the mind probably went a little bit to that story that we was painting, the 111 losing average 6-0, the big average that he was going to put in.
60.
Went beyond just winning the match.
Yeah, Luke Humphries was probably around about 112 when he started missing those darts.
137.
It was nearly a perfect performance, wasn't it, from Humphries? But Woodhouse was only a hold of throw as well to make it worse.
134. $100.
Callan Ridge 4-0 up over Ryan Joyce, 5-0 up now. Ryan Joyce, who lost to Chris Dobie yesterday.
140.
Is he going to hang around here? Well,
65.
halves his score.
Chance to save the match, to extend it, to get a break. Not going to go. Humphries, for the 3rd time, will approach the Oki with a chance of getting this job done.
95.
All right, this time then. Oh, he's hit the bull. Double 4 for the match.
57.
And another match start been and gone. And Woodhouse steal another leg. It'll be one of those to leave tops for a 2nd successive leg.
Game
That
shot.
is right in the middle. Well, it ain't over till it's over, and it's not over yet.
Humphries, once again, looking very agitated.
$96. $96.
I suppose the frustration for Humphries is the fact that this performance at one point just felt so perfect.
Yeah, 7 darts he's missed to win the match. Still averaging over 104.
100. $140.
Needs a big visit here. Ooh, just the wrong side of the wire.
43.
That might be it.
$57.
Well, they're the opportunities early on in the game that Humphries was jumping all over. All of a sudden, the smile has gone off the face of
162.
Luke Woodhouse, because he can start to sense a bit of a turnaround here. It's back to game face.
Yeah, that 162. Brilliant.
58.
This for a 3rd successive leg to get within 2. Tops he needs. Well,
Game
Woodhouse
shot.
here is showing a maturity that maybe in years gone by he hasn't shown, and this is very, very impressive. Yes, Woodhouse survived a few misses from Humphries, but he's laying it down to Humphries now.
Showing good character, isn't he? A real good attribute to have in your game, what we're seeing here from Luke Woodhouse.
58.
He said in the last leg that could be it. That could be the slip. That could be the moment now that Luke Humphries buys himself some time.
140.
Has to be a max. Has to fill it up.
180.
Well, the 162 was crucial in the last leg, but that 180 drags him right back into it.
100.
Only a ton, and you see the slump of the shoulders from Humphries. Got to find a treble. And he does
99.
find a treble. Right, 140 for the match. It's not going to go, so Woodhouse is going to get a look at the 164.
100.
Couldn't find it. And now he's relying on
94.
misses. Luke Humphries, who put on a masterclass earlier
Game
on,
shot
gets the
and the
job
match.
done in the
Luke
end by
Humphries.
6 legs to 3 for the second time this year. Luke Woodhouse performs well, but is brushed aside by Luke Humphries. And that may be the toughest test that Humphries has all day. Look at that, 104 plays, 103.48. 6 180s between them. Both had a ton plus out. 30% on the doubles for Humphries. That will need to improve, but he's safely through to the next round here in Wigan.